Hey, how everybody doing? To my understanding of my life, what wrong for medicine, Revsudon, dipresscortin, and Lithidon, is this type of medicine that people love, as in women love for plastic surgery, but women won't tell you a side of what medicine can do to a person, pride sensing him ability to keep me unaccurate to my wife. My understanding is having my share of my life. Hey, the tragedy of stepping up in life, I did not understand that how I be in the DMV, May 5th, 1990, you 42 of age, and I'm sitting here, if a DMV tell you their computer is not lying, so my understanding is taking my bigger hatred and the version what freedom gave to me under medicine laws. Medicine laws didn't stable what medicine can do to people on like me. I'm ADD hyperactive, and the stress of your pride, human Christ wasn't fighting as I'm like behind corn meals in Forest City, North Carolina, zip code 28043. Hey, seeing a hyperactive something so devastating. It went before I'm crossing the road. It went. Then someone said, "Whoop his motherfucker has a white banner and a red truck." Then this white woman at Family Dollar, she wasn't even the light was green. She said, "Get the fuck out of the road. I don't see nothing. I'm crossing the street, going to the store, give me back a cigarette." But why does this stuff just sort of, matter to itself in the many years as the years sort of count down 2030, and made a hand short, confused. I ain't gonna be the one to show it and tell you why the people wanted to disgrace a girl talent. It's none of your goddamn business. Miss ma'am. Her concept name is none of your goddamn business. No one don't know how to feel when a terrorist act grow up inside of your family. When you become a terrorist to your own family, how dare you can be a hatred person when no foreign region and no type of state give benefit help. So why you want to dispose a girl talent to copy paste a phone when she stood with that person of good, which you looking at, behind her back wasn't up a conniving, mismatching the sound, talking yourself down on YouTube wave. You pulling the trigger to hate yourself, but you weren't pulling the trigger how bad your person stand up for. A girl is the capability of, if someone don't supposed to be anywhere in the South, in any angle of a person area, she's not allowed to have a proper understanding until it's no one business. If you got your global vision, you see your hatred remarks. What no hatred remarks when you didn't know nothing about a TV. And this many years later, it's sad to say it, you don't greet what you saw. What was law and all that other stuff with that when many kids got taken from their family before the time resolved to have her 3 sets of twins, about the same person looking at. It's good. She a woman, he a gentleman, she a miss ma'am. It's none of your business. Leave the confused alone. You got your problem across the world. You got your played out money. One day that time will show you. If I catch anyone out of balance of your problem, you put your problem to dispute rays of hatred. Take that old life and that hatred mentality murder. Kill what's your problem in your own organization. Get your nasty ass hoes, your nasty ass sex offender off the airwave of the streets. You didn't know about evil, you couldn't read if you was in a plantation field. If you was colored, you couldn't drive a car in the South, in the North. If you Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Rosa Parks, hit me tough, stop giving the white master the book of tortured souls, rape souls, to your white master, which they knew about in Ireland, England, and France. And then if you from China, Asia, and any other angle. Stop stepping over talent life because you jealous because y'all talent life was gay. We didn't know about sugar. That's the ingredient what people kill you over. If you're on food stamps, stop getting scared and stop trying to throw a look to the computer. If you didn't have a credit card to put in that slot to get the ice out of the ground, hell, you stood outside long enough to realize you couldn't go to a natural stove and warm up because you were looking at the house all around you. So that's where all your gangs out here in this world. If I catch y'all stinking, ugly motherfuckers trying to stretch this boy for his understanding, his purpose in his music is standing up for what he believes, not for a played out war. If your ass on here and you got more than what somebody else got, you ain't getting nothing but help everybody out to get broke. You ain't no fucking games no more. If your organization know it, which is the police department, they is the biggest gang it is in nationwide history. If you take the toughest son of a bitch, 7 down for 2 seconds, stop running around pretending you're deaf hiding out in a parallel world. Her name is dispute out of it. If you don't know her trouble, Biggering is he got the right to put his in her discipline. It's okay for her to have a name, but copy pasting some shit to her identity she would never spoke about and talked about. And the millennia of YouTube history, countdown for 2001 up to 2014. She was not disputed until somebody copy-pasted the phone and stole into identity mode, which is Facebook and YouTube. That's self-defense torture, and he is the husband. He got his right. He's suing the state of Washington for sexual battery, disorderly conduct, torture, because you allowed people to frame his name, open airwaves to YouTube, talk about through sound. And then when he ain't got his understanding, you mute it. Don't cover up conspiracy. If his children was kidnapped, which if they wasn't, if they was, he already reported to his DSS, and he said it, every part of it, even YouTube, if you out there, you want to hide it, you want to stand with your mother. Why is the world getting out of control? And every woman out there want Tyson and want her to be against Tyson for something, and that's not going to happen. Can't nobody tell this girl how I feel. If she had something was tough from her, she stayed where her memory was at. If you had your memory, stay where the fuck your memory was at. It's distant family problems. That means Trisha gonna have to step up. Her mother ain't gonna do nothing. That's when the all legal action is Tyson. His wife, Miss Ma'am, he's understandable, was sick, had a brain tumor, came out his nose. Some of y'all treat broke motherfucker can't get a tumor to come out your nose. That'll put you in cardiac brokenness. Her life was gave to him by a choice. She picked her choice. Her choice will be right here. Crumble to the feet, crumble to the bones. You can wind all the hatred with them sleeping cells. Get out of the North Star and follow the arrow where it's happiness, because that's everywhere around you. You take away your mansion, take away your gold, you'll be the back end how it feel. He walking with death. He better himself. Because when voodoo and all this shit start attacking you, he can be kidnapped by the evil and will realize it ain't nothing but limbs shaking at night. If you don't know about evil, don't put it into the Bible, dispute it of age. How you know about it? Why would a girl want to throw her life away to get more choices? He never done nothing. He was a half-educated person. If he couldn't read and write and spell, maybe that's people's problem. That was the biggest fear of jealousy. You can't read, you can't write, you can't spell, you can't sit beside me. You had stink. Well, this boy is the most talented person for her need. When you hurt his pride, he better himself. Oh, now you want to kill. Dispute it, and it better be gone. Facebook and YouTube. If this goddamn shit ain't set straight, you will get the death penalty. Signed it. Clara, KR, tobacco case dismissed. Washington, whole nation, Illuminati, Word of Faith, Rockefeller, capital murder charge because you disputed this girl label under a false pretense name. That name is a fucking man. Everybody know it. She faked her fucking death to the cover conspiracy and Whitney how harsh or evil. Displayed herself, this shit does not just walk out of the sky. This girl didn't know these people. You framed her behavior to global visit. She's not a Rockefeller porn freak. If you don't see her name standing beside her, don't frame the post. Be good, hurt your own family. Don't come across his family out when you try to make a room for someone else. Shirley, you are in Pakistan get talked about. Your husband standing with you. Stop going to North Korea fucking a transgender man. And you say you didn't, we want global vision to goddamn today. If she out there, she committed a wrong, then maybe why Tyson was in Washington in the man's bathroom and a brown-haired woman ran out to the stall and want to know how he got in. And then he walked by the dispute of a man trying to run him out of it when he walked out the bathroom. So if the woman run close enough when he was pissing and he was in jail, how the fuck it happened? So his proof is he is the hero. If she to seek guilt into something else, then shout out a look of sorrow guilt. Sorrow guilt. She didn't do shit. That's the proof. This was not a torture. It wasn't a man first. It's a woman. That's Clara life was crooked, dispute, hatred over her thoughts. Ain't nobody gonna run her life. You gonna get a smack in your fucking mouth. If your three twins can't tie their shoes, it's not his fault. They can eat greedy and stop eating the poison. Clara, your life was given to you because they wrapped voodoo around her life as they did him. Yes, the fucking, because he stood up for the torture. He stood up for her life, and their family disputed her hatred on global YouTube wave of this year. Sexual battery, sexual rape, because the kid already been reported missing, and she reported missing. And now it's done through investigation with Rutherford County. Rutherford County behind the cover-up dispute. Making him poor, making him weak, not want to get a suitable area for the rent. Rent way up over the amount of your pay. Who the fuck gonna? No, motherfucker rent whole money, and he ain't going for that. KR tobacco is the misjudgment dispute. You free with your life, and you know, I ain't gonna hold nothing, you ain't gonna see it. Remember that black coat. Because you don't see a train, you fight. You don't see a train up on that ground. If he gonna tell you, I ain't gonna get your camera and put him in watch. He in there. He ain't gonna allow his shit. If he in jail, in Rutherford County jailhouse, how the fuck he see horns around Sean Murray Jeep on Harmon Street? So you better get that shit crazy. How the hell he was sitting at home, walk up the road when she was down fucking him. Walked up the rig, she ran beside him. Got past the lighthouse, owned by RJ Car Wash. A beam came down, put him back in the house. If they hear it, I ain't got to worry about shit. They got their proof. And them devil stories, like they said, we ain't worried about nothing. She's zero talent. She ain't did nothing. Closed case on life.